Karen and Ray, so I sent the Obsessed Pulse Cameron the O.C.G, and hopefully I'm alive. We'll see you stars, baby. Boom! Ah, you bitch. Ah, whatever. Okay, so I can't run on that at all. Gotcha. Fuck yeah! Oh yeah, it's good to see you. Seen you in ages. Oh, dude, okay. Had a brief, like, slip up with my tooth, but it didn't turn into a major toothache, so I'm thankful for that. Or an abscess. Which obviously is not good to have a toothache at all, but it's better than it turned into last time, so I'm thankful for that. And I understand I need to do a better job. Yeah, exactly. Fuck. Oh well, shit happens. Really, bitch? Yeah, whatever. Still trying to find a dentist. Still really hard. With my insurance sucking ass. Yeah, they won't take my insurance or they're booked till, fucking end of time. Oh, that's great. Fuck. How'd you play it? Okay. Eh. Close enough. I'm not really pumped for the Switch 2. I won't be getting it anytime soon. Yeah, it's great. I like Tears of the Kingdom a lot. What I'm really excited for, yeah. What I'm really excited for is Death Stranding 2. We're less than a month out now, baby! I'm probably gonna spring the extra $10 to get the deluxe edition. If there was a game that I would spring for, the extra version 8 would be Death Stranding 2. And everything I've seen, previews and shit, makes it seem like it's gonna be fucking outstanding. Obviously, it's more of what people love from Death Stranding, but it's a quantum leap, which is why it took 6 years. Because it's not just, iterative. It's everything completely rebuilt. It's like the jump from Metal Gear Solid 1 to Metal Gear Solid 2. You know, and it's fucking globe-trotting now, which I dig. We know that it's going to be at least Mexico and Australia, probably a lot more. I'm thinking there's going to be at least 3 maps, but I think there's a really good possibility that it could be 4, because Hideo Kojima has basically said that he's not going to do Death Stranding 3. He wanted to do a sequel, but he didn't want to get tied down into a series, he didn't want to get tied down into a series like he did with the Metal Gear, because, he's 60 years old and he wants to do as much as he can. So he basically resolved that Death Stranding 2 would be the last one that he did. So that's why it took 6 years, because like everything that he wanted to be in Death Stranding 1, he put in this one. So I think it's going to be fucking insanely large. And from what people were saying, Mexico functions like the first map from the first game. Like a smaller region. Yeah, with the first game, he really was doing something that nobody had ever done before, so there's a lot of growing pains. But, it's going to be Mexico's like the first region was, the East region. It's going to be kind of a smaller region. Like, Mexico will still be big, but it's going to be like more of a tutorial thing. And they said the game really gets started when you get to Australia. So I'm thinking they're should have at least 2 big-ass maps. But I honestly think it'll be 3. Because he wants to go all out. Yeah, Hell Is Us looks great. I agree. I think it comes out in September, if I'm correct. That's definitely on my to-get list. It looks fantastic. I love the world. And yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah. Very true. Fuck yeah. Probably gonna have to. I think. Oh, okay. No, I'm still missing one point here. Oh shit. That's right. That's just a. Okay. Not a big deal. Yeah. In particular, what I like the most about Tears of the Kingdom is the way that it expands the world above and below. You know, like, it's kind of funny because they didn't really talk very much about the depths when they were showing off the game. Like, they showed off the sky, which the sky is good, but, like, fuck me. The depths are so fucking large. It legitimately is, like, the size of the base game map. It's ridiculous. Yeah, well, like I said, it is fucking huge. It is legitimately every bit as big as the surface, okay? So it, like, doubles the map size. It's fucking crazy. And then you combine that with the sky areas, which are super cool, and the map is legitimately 2.5 times the size. Yeah, they changed a lot of the existing locations. What I appreciate the most about Tears of the Kingdom is the dungeons. While the dungeons aren't quite, like legacy dungeons from the prior games, they are like a million times better than the dungeons in Breath of the Wild, which I felt that was the one area where Breath of the Wild really stumbled. And, like, the actual, like, the Divine Beast was just kind of lame. Yeah, exactly. Bam! Yeah, Tears of the Kingdom was great. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta make special shit to fight them. which you get from the underground. And then, yeah. I wouldn't really say it's embarrassing. We all have stuff that unnerves us. But, you know, so I'm really looking forward to Death Stranding 2. But then, in, August, man, we're getting Mafia: The Old Country, which looks fucking sick. And then, MGS3 Delta. Which, they actually had kind of a minor fiasco that really pisses me off with the fan base. Actually, it's kind of funny, but it's kind of sad. So, Snake Eater, the theme for Snake Eater is one of the most famous video game themes of all time ever, as I'm sure you know. And it was done by Cynthia Harrell. And she didn't really do video game soundtracks. She was a gospel singer, and Snake Eater was like pretty much the only like major commercial thing she did. And then she kind of disappeared off the grid. Well, they were able to get higher quality versions of all the dialogue for Metal Gear Solid 3, but they weren't able to, yeah, exactly. She redid the song, and the fan base is bitching because her voice doesn't sound exactly the same. She still sounds amazing, but it's not exactly the same, and it really pisses me off because they went to such a fucking, like, extra length that they didn't have to. Because her, you know, they could have just used the original version, but it would have been compressed. Yeah, it's been 21 years. Like, who's gonna sound the same? And the whole reason they used the new version is because, they didn't have a higher quality version. You see what I'm saying? So, the Snake Eater intro would have sounded compressed and a much lower quality than the rest of the game, and they obviously didn't want that. You know as well as I do how important the Snake Eater thing is. So they figured that it would be better to make it a little bit different, you know, than to have it be garbled and low quality. Because imagine, like, everything else is like up to modern quality, and then the theme is like compressed to fucking 480. That would have sucked. So they made the right decision. And you know, if they had done that, people would have been pissed. Why is the theme so low quality? So, you know, it pissed me off because, like I said, they went to the extra mile. They could have literally just said, well, you know, we didn't have a higher quality version, deal with it. And they had to track her down and have her come in and re-record the thing. So that shows their, if anything, their fucking dedication. And if people bitching it upsets me. Yeah, exactly. I actually think Delta looks fucking amazing. Yeah, that is true. And it's also really looking like Silent Hill F. Silent Hill F will launch this year. It was already leaked on the PlayStation Store, and it was saying 2025, and they took it down. Yeah, exactly. So, that's fucking sick. Because Silent Hill F looks really good. And I knew it was coming because they were working on it in tandem. I didn't think it would be coming this year, actually. And it's already been rated to the ESRB, which they do at the very end of development. They already have the full specs. It was leaked on the store with the date for 2025, but not the full date. So, having two awesome Silent Hill games year, back to back, that's crazy. And then it leaked that Silent Hill 2 remake is getting a Born from a Wish DLC. People noticed that there was an update, a stealth update on the Silent Hill 2 remake Steam page, and yeah, the instant there was a stealth update for the Silent Hill 2 remake, and people checked it out, and it mentioned DLC in the code, and then they actually took it down and reverted it, like it went up too soon. So it's pretty much confirmed that they're going to be reimagining the Born from a Wish DLC for Silent Hill 2 to be much larger and substantial, because it wasn't, it was like less than an hour long in one tiny place. So it makes sense if they were going to bring in and charge people for it, that they would be overhauling it to be an actual big-ass piece of DLC. So I'm fucking stoked for that, because, like I told you, Silent Hill 2 Remake was fucking outstanding and wildly exceeded my expectations. I agree. Silent Hill 3 has always been my favorite. But for me, it is a fucking great time to be a Silent Hill fan, man. Silent Hill 2 Remake, fucking awesome. Silent Hill F looks fucking awesome, coming out a year later. Silent Hill 2 DLC coming out sometime either this year or next year. We went from the series being dead to, man, Silent Hill is back, baby. So, as a diehard Silent Hill fan, I couldn't be more excited. Silent Hill F looks fucking awesome. And the short message was really good. I mean, it was short. It's like an hour and a half, but it was free. And it was really a cool, interesting experiment. Yeah, I agree. And it's looking like they're going to announce Resident Evil 9 this year and release it early next year, which makes sense. They announced Resident Evil 7 late 2016, launched it early 2017. They announced 8 late 2020, released it early 2021. So, and I can't wait for that, because Capcom has not been missing with Resident Evil. Every fucking yeah, exactly. Every new Resident Evil game has been amazing. So, Onimusha, yeah, I agree. I need to get the remaster of the second game. It's on the list. I actually own a legit copy of Onimusha 2 on PS2. Okay. I hope they keep remastering them. They did 1, they did 2. I hope they do the third game, and then Dawn of Dreams. And the new Onimusha looks fucking sick. Obviously, we've only seen glimpses, but it actually does look really good. Capcom has just been on a fucking huge roll lately. Yeah, it is a really great time to be a gamer. Yeah. Yeah, the Marvel 1943 Rise of Hydra, they delayed to 2026. They said early 2026 looks like it was going to come out holiday season. It kind of bums me out, but there's already so much coming out this year, and they need to make it as good as it's going to be, so they need a few extra months to that final layer polish. Then I appreciate it. I think it's going to be fucking amazing when it does come out. Yeah, GTA 6 does look fucking awesome. It sucks that they delayed it, but I think it will be worth the wait. It does look pretty awesome. Yeah. It seems like they really spared no expense, which makes sense. Honestly, after the success of GTA 5, the continued success of GTA 5, they pretty much had no limitations on what they could spend. I think this might wind up being the most expensive game made ever. Obviously, we'll never know exactly how much, but yeah, because they can afford to spend that much. So, you know, and the more people look at the trailers and shit, the more we're seeing just how fucking crazy it is. Like, fucking beer physics, man. Fucking the couch actually moving when she sits down on it, like, it is kind of crazy. Pretty much, yeah. It's also kind of going for a middle ground between GTA 5 and 4 story-wise, which I think is good. I thought 4 could be too serious and didn't leave enough space for the over-the-top shit, and I thought 5 could be too silly. That didn't gravitas. It seems like they're trying to find a happy medium between the two with 6, and it looks like they're succeeding. Yeah. And I think in terms of in terms of I'm trying to figure out the way to put it. But I think it's gonna be great. It actually looks really good. Yeah, I agree. It also, people have been saying consistently for ages that they didn't think that there was much leap in graphics between PS4 and PS5. And, or, you know what I mean, so last generation and this generation, and I think GTA 6 is proving that not true. I think it took longer because of the pandemic. It kind of stretched this generation out. We had a lot more cross-gen than we did normally because nobody could get a PS5 or Series X kit reliably until fucking 2023, which was like 3 years into the gen. So people kind of took that and assumed, oh, there's not that big of a leap in graphics. When it was just, like I said, it just took longer because the pandemic kind of stretched that out. Nobody wanted to make a next-gen only game when they people couldn't buy a fucking system. But games like GTA 6 are proving that single-handedly wrong. Because if you, like, I mean, just look at, Red Dead Redemption 2 to GTA 6. It's fucking ridiculous. And Rockstar's already confirmed that the trailer was not on a PS5 Pro, it was on a base PS5, and all of it was real-time rendered. There was no, you know, cutaway cutscenes or pre-rendered shit. GTA 6 looks that good on base PS5 hardware. Yeah. So, like, just like I said, Red Dead Redemption 2 is one of the best looking games of all time and of last generation, and compare that to 6, and it's fucking absurd. So people who are saying, like, we didn't get a graphical leap this generation are just dumb. Like I said, it's just because it took longer. Because the pandemic, that kind of stretched it out. You know, if you look at PS4, they were able to fully take advantage of PS4 hardware much quicker because people were able to reliably get a PS4 the year it came out. Like, you had a little bit of people at the, like, their launch month not being able to get a PS4, but that was it. You know what I'm saying? Whereas, like I said, until fucking 3 years into PS5, you could not hardly get a PS5 reliably. So, developers kept making cross-gen games well past when they would have normally because they wanted to make sure that everybody could play them. So people saw that and they assumed that there's less of a graphical leap, and it's just, no, it just took longer to get to. There has been a pretty big leap. Fuck. Oh well. Like I said, just look at Marvel 1943, man. It looks fucking insane. And when they showed the demo for that, they had to literally pause the game and take the camera around to show people it wasn't fake. Like, Marvel 1943 looks so fucking good, people thought it was fake. Same with GTA 6. So, you know, people saying that there hasn't been a graphical leap from PS4 to 5 are fucking insane. Or, like, Spider-Man 2, it's ridiculous. Not even just graphically, but what they could do. Like, literally, people in Spider-Man PS4 were like, why isn't the web swinging faster? Because it literally would have broke the game. They were, like, pushing PS4 to the fucking limit of what they could load in the world. Like, literally, you know, Spider-Man 2 web swinging is so much better and felt so much better because they can make it so much faster. They literally, that would have broke fucking PS4. It could not have loaded that in. Yeah. Well, Spider-Man PS4, they were, yeah. And that's why, like I said, Insomniac, fucking pushed PS4 to the limit. Dude, whenever I used to play Spider-Man on PS4, it made my fucking PS4 sound like an aircraft carrier. Or just like look at the fast travel, man, in Spider-Man 2. You can literally go from any point in that world to any other point in that world in under 1 second. That's fucking insane. And honestly, that's just them getting started. They have a Venom game coming that was leaked, and then the Wolverine game. You know, Spider-Man 2 was their first real PS5 game. I think Wolverine is gonna look fucking ridiculous. And yeah, well, Insomniac thankfully did. Spider-Man 2 pretty much ran locked at 60 FPS with ray tracing, reflections and shit. It was beautiful. But Insomniac has always been great at getting the most out of the hardware. but I think with Wolverine, people are really gonna see what Insomniac can do. And it just looks awesome, like, the alpha. Yeah, that is true, I agree. I just hope that they put in a performance mode. Even if it's a smaller, like, even if they have to lower the resolution and settings and shit, I would still rather play at 60 FPS. It probably won't happen, but I can still hope. Here, hold on one second, let me check the trophies. Okay, yeah. I'm well on my way to getting the platinum for this. Yeah. At least they have, like, a valid reason for making it 30 if they choose to lock it down, you know? A lot of the time when you see those games, it... Ah, you motherfucker. A lot of the time when they make the modern games not have performance mode, it's just a case of bad optimization. You know, with Rockstar, it is because they are pushing it to the fucking max. God, that fucking... Yeah, I think, okay, I got it. Here we go. No, I have to go through it. Looks like with the fucking, yeah, come on, bro. Kill me, kill me. Fuck! I don't know why that's so fucking... the timing. Give me a fucking break. Almost, okay, gotcha. Okay, I'm getting it down. Also, I was playing fucking... I played the first, like, 4 or 5 hours of, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. and it is fucking incredible. Easily one of the... you motherfucker. Easily one of the best fucking Final Fantasy games ever. And just fucking runs circles around Remake. It's, you know... I liked Remake, I liked the combat, I liked the graphics. But it was just too linear for me. Because it was like a chapter, and once you moved on, you know... It was like a hallway kind of thing. Even, you know... Final Fantasy 13 opened up with Grand Pulse. But Rebirth just fucking... It just takes everything that was so great about Final Fantasy 7 and it takes it up a notch. Like 15 fucking notches. And it has all of the great stuff from the Remake. You know, the great set-piece moments, the great combat, but then it has this fucking massive, insanely big fucking world. And the sheer size of this world and the amount of shit in it is fucking awe-inspiring. They took every single location from the base 7 and they dramatically expanded it to feel like a full world. It's fucking ridiculous. You know, Calm, which was like the first town outside of Midgar in 7, was like, Calm was the first town outside of Midgar in 7, you know? And there's really not much there. It is basically just a place for them to regroup while they tell the Nibelheim flashback. And it's like one screen and an inn and a shop. Yeah. Like I said, you should play Rebirth. Okay? Rebirth by itself is the biggest single-player Final Fantasy game ever. Both in terms of map size and in content. Okay? Rebirth is so fucking big that it makes 15 look small. By itself, it is bigger than any other fucking Final Fantasy game that's ever been made, with the exception of the MMOs. Which is why it says single player. But those games have, you know, been building onto those maps for 10 fucking plus years. Okay? The sheer scale of Rebirth is fucking jaw-dropping. Okay, Rebirth by itself is 150 gigs. It is, I can't even do justice, like I said. Like I said, Calm, it's the first town that you visit after Midgar. It has virtually no impact on the story. It's like one screen, like a town square, an inn, and that's about it. Okay, dude, in Rebirth, it is fucking enormous. It has a canal, a bustling trade district with merchants running around, a vineyard that you go underneath, an upper balcony tier, a high town part of the city, a giant clock tower that you can go inside. It is like one of the biggest Final Fantasy towns. Okay? And that is just pretty much every single place from Final Fantasy VII has been expanded to that degree. It is, like I said, it's fucking absurd. And it has story side quests now. There's tons of actual really good story stuff. You know, fucking Yuffie is part of the main cast now. You know, she was optional in the original 7. Most people didn't even get her, and she had virtually no impact in the story. They almost cut her from 7's story. She's a main party member now, and has dozens of side quests and stuff related to her. So she goes from being a throwaway character that has virtually no impact on the plot to fucking a massive, massive character. Dude, fucking Janoon. Dude, is like a massive coast area that stretches for miles. With fucking giant beach ships that you can fully explore. So it has the classic area, you know, the beach, the low town, the high town, the parade, but also it's like a huge, like, coast that you can explore and, like, beach ships and shit. It is fucking insane. Even, like, Bill's Ranch, the Chocobo farm, that's just like it was like a barn, is now like an entire farm complex with a racetrack, a shop, a stable, every single location from 7 that's in Rebirth has been like quadrupled in size and content. It's not just like padding to make it needlessly bigger. It like I said, it is hard almost to wrap your head around how much it has been expanded. Almost every building you can enter, it's fucking absurd. And Rebirth single-handedly justifies them putting it into 3 parts. Because, they could not have fit all of that into one game. They just couldn't. Like I said, Rebirth by itself is the biggest single-player Final Fantasy game ever made by a wide margin. Just Rebirth is bigger than all of Final Fantasy VII 1, the original 7, and then some. You know? It's absurd. In the best way. And it sets the stage for an even bigger follow-up, which is hard to even imagine. But it's coming. Because, yeah, but then it would have been like fucking like a 500 gigabyte game, man. I don't have a problem with it because like I said, I don't have a problem with it because each part is the size of a full game. You're not being nickeled and dimed, you know? Rebirth is every bit worth the $70 that you spent on it. Yeah, but like I said, it is just so massive, dude. You know, like I said, if they had taken the same game and they had remade it to the same size, and it was just modernized gameplay, but it was the same size and split into 3 parts, okay. But each part by itself is larger and more dense than the entire original game. So you're paying for 3 games, you're paying 3 times for 3 full games. That is a little bit annoying, but honestly, Rebirth is just absurd. And I can't even do justice, man. Like I said, I really feel like if you sit down and you play Rebirth, you'll change your mind. It is absurdly ambitious. I'm sorry. And what I was trying to say is it is the prelude to something even bigger. Rebirth is already the biggest by far single-player FF game, but they've already stated that nothing will be cut. Everything that was in the original game will be there expanded. And they said that the third game will have the airship, which makes sense because the airship comes in, near the end of the classic games. Okay? And they've already explained that when you have the airship, it's not going to be like just a headquarters or a fast travel menu. You'll be able to freely fly the airship around and land it wherever. They pushed that into the third game. And so it was Wutai. They already acknowledged that. They've already said that it's going to be in the third game, that it's not cut. And that's because they wanted to make it a full city and not just a place that you visit on the way to get Sid. But anyway, so Rebirth by itself is the biggest single-player Final Fantasy game ever. The third part, whatever it's called, they've already said it's going to have an R. Each of them has an R part, so whatever the fuck. Resurrection, Revengeance, whatever. The third part is going to have every single area from the first two parts revisited with the airship, plus a bunch of new ones. So they're going to go back to Midgar. They're going to have all the areas from Rebirth rebuilt. And Rocket Town, the Northern Continent, Wutai, Medeal, and Wutai is going to be a massive part of the story now. Like I said, Wutai was like Yuffie. It was optional. You could go the entire game without going there. It was a small area. Yeah. Yeah. Like I was trying to say, Rebirth is already the biggest single-player Final Fantasy game ever. And the third game is looking like it's going to be like 3 times that size and have every location from the first 2 games. And then a fucking shit ton more. Wutai is going to be a massive city and a country where it was forgettable. Like, they've been building up that. In the first game, they mentioned Wutai a lot more. They made Yuffie a mandatory party member in Rebirth and gave her a bunch more story where she was virtually not in it. So now Wutai, instead of being like one tiny-ass temple, is going to be a massive country. The entire northern continent that you go to at the end of 7, the icy continent that has like almost nothing to do there, but the end is going to be a massive fucking landmass. Like I said. So, and it's legitimately hard for me to even wrap my fucking head around. Because Rebirth is already so big. So imagining a game like 3 times that size is just absurd. It will be the biggest game that Square Enix has ever done. And they're also making Vincent Valentine a mandatory party member, and he's going to have a much much bigger role in the story, which is good because, once again, like Yuffie, he's in maybe like 2 story scenes. They almost cut him from the game. So, like, despite everybody loving Vincent Valentine, and of course he's cool as shit, he hardly has any impact on the story. In any scenes involving him. So, you know, in Rebirth Part 3, or whatever the fuck they're gonna call it, he's actually gonna have full storyline, full quests assigned to him, and actually get the due that he originally deserved. Yeah. And fuck, dude, man, Rebirth fucking starts up with Nibelheim, and it is the coolest fucking take on Nibelheim. I'm talking about everything, dude. Dude. Okay? You're looking at over fucking 100 hours. Just for Rebirth, man. Okay? If you just rush through the main story of Rebirth, it's over 50 hours. Okay? There are so many, like, literally, when I say largest, I'm not just talking about map size. I'm talking about content size. Sweet, got everything here. And that's what I mean, like, it's not just, oh, needlessly big map. It is, in terms of content, Rebirth is fucking insane. And the final game is going to make those look, it's going to make Rebirth look small. It's absurd. So, you know, I have reservations about it being split into multiple parts, but Rebirth single-handedly put my doubts to rest. Like, Rebirth is one of the most ambitious games I've ever played. It's fucking absurd. Echo, I love you so much, but, like, what the fuck are you doing, Dad? Ah, fuck. I'm gonna eat you. Actually, you know, if you give me a little bit, I can actually load up Rebirth and show you a little bit of what I'm talking about. Because, like I said, I think when you see it, you'll understand how fucking absurd it is. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay? And that's just one of the parts. You see what I'm saying? So, to me, it justifies this price tag. And like I said, the final game is going to be like 3 times that size. And there was a lot of grinding and shit in 12. I love 12, but, yeah. I'm gonna eat you, Echo. Come on. And people talk about that. That's overblown. It doesn't really bother me. Rebirth has a shit ton of unique content. It's not just padding or anything like that. You go to a couple of towers to unfog the map, which, yeah, I'm fine with. I don't know why people act like that's now the end of the world. I think a large part of that is the spillover from hating Ubisoft. So now anything that's even remotely associatable with Ubisoft, people hate. Like, you can climb towers to reveal where shit is. What do you fucking do? It's not like that's the whole fucking game. The game has hours and hours and hours of story side quests. Each character has a whole fucking... Well, I think that you're kind of not really giving it the benefit of the doubt, man. You kind of just assume, you see it being split into 3 parts and you just automatically assume that it's shit. And you're just like you're just looking for it to fail. And I'm telling you, like, if you give it a chance, I think you'll be pretty surprised by how fucking awesome Rebirth is. Fuck. Well, like I said, it's pretty straightforward. It's not... I mean, you're paying $70 for a full game. Like, I would agree with you if it was fucking... the same game, the same size, split into 3. Yeah, but, like, that's what I'm saying. Each part is the size of a full Final Fantasy game. And people begged for this. You know how long they fucking hounded Square Enix to remake 7? For fucking decades. Like I said, you're paying 3 games worth price for 3 games worth of content. Like, if they made it the same length, the same size, and charged 3 times the price, okay. But you're paying 3 games worth of money for 3 games worth of content, so I don't really feel that it's scummy. Like, Rebirth by itself is bigger than 7. All of 7. And I mean, yeah, technically, you know, you've played it before, but and that's including the price of the story. That's including the price of the system. You could add that on to virtually anything. Like I said, you know, you're paying 3 games price for 3 games. I can't, you know, I don't really think that there's anything skeevy about that. Like, if they split into 3 chunks and it was fucking Telltale size, okay. And they've already explained why. Like I said, they wanted to make each part feel like a fully realized world. And each part massively expanded. And do everything that they wanted to do originally. And they couldn't do that in one game. And like I said, with how big fucking Rebirth is, I believe it. But you seem like you're getting into the debate over a remake. People wanted a remake. This is what people wanted. And that's not really... You know, if they had made a remake and they had changed the story completely, I would not like it. What they did was take what was there and expand it. And the problem that you're talking about could honestly be attributed to virtually any fucking game. That's a remake. What you're talking about now is more of a general issue that you have with remakes in general. Oh fuck! Did my internet crash? It might have. Fuck. Hold on. Am I still live? Nope, I'm not.